Welcome to the 2018 Religious Broadcasters Convention here at the Opryland Hotel. Please join Herman and Sharron, already in progress.
I love you. Thank you so much for joining us at
National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Nashville, Tennessee at the Opryland Hotel.
Oh, here we are, and we've got one of our favorites.
We do. I love
Yes.
her. I love her name too, Star.
Absolutely.
I wish my mother would have named me Star.
She truly is. You will see her on almost every network. Controversial sometimes, but she is absolutely amazing. God has gifted her
Absolutely.
to debate the liberals or anyone that wants to come along the pike and try to challenge her. This is Star Parker, is one of the names on the short list mentioned when anyone speaks of national black conservative leaders. That's Star Parker. She is the founder and president of the Center for Urban Renewal and Education, a public policy think tank that promotes market-based solutions to fight poverty. She knows what poverty is all about.
That's
She's
right.
lived it. She regularly consults with both federal and state legislators on market-based strategies to fight poverty. Thank you. Good to have you
guys. So good to be with you too.
What have you been doing since our last interview, which was a few years ago?
Oh, it's been an exciting roller coaster. Cure has exploded now because...
Now explain what Cure is.
Cure is a policy institute, as you defined us, where we fight poverty by restoring dignity through faith, freedom, and personal responsibility. So we act in three buckets. We protect, and we promote, and we pray for Christianity. We do this for capitalism, and we do this for our Constitution. And we do it in three areas. We do it in public policy, we do it in the public square, and we do it in poor communities. So our hands are busy fighting in the culture.
And you said that's the best way. We were talking before, and you said that's the best way to change society and change what's happening.
Change the
is
law,
the way
you
you're
change
doing
lives.
it.
We didn't get here overnight. We would not have 1 million or so abortions a year if abortion weren't legal. We would not have people living off the welfare state if welfare wasn't legal. So yeah, you have to change the laws to change the culture.
Exactly.
And so we want to change the laws. And so now we've been very busy because we had an election last year.
Well, okay, tell about that.
Oh my goodness. So the new president in town is kind of like a pharaoh. And so he tapped his Joseph, Mike Pence, who's an incredible Christian and dear friend.
Well, he's taking flack for that, isn't
Who cares? It's just noise, but it's necessary noise. And so Joseph's people will fare well because, God's hand is on our lives now. I think what has happened, we've turned a corner where we've been fighting leftism in our laws for so long that God now has shined mercy on us to say, wait, this is enough, because people were praying, people were scared, and Christianity has been so severely under attack that God has just extended mercy. So now that Washington has changed, our lives have changed at Cure, so we're very, very busy.
Take me back to some of our first interviews.
Yeah.
You live on welfare in California, right?
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Can you kind of in a concise way, because that got so many people's attention, and then they understood why you have such convictions.
It's
I mean,
true.
not just I read something, but you have conviction.
Yeah, well, because I lived it. I lived the lie of the left. That's why I'm passionate to get government out of charity. God's people belong in charity. The church and communities belong in charity.
That's right.
Because what comes with our welfare programs or state is our lies. The lies that you're poor because someone's wealthy. Lies that your problems are somebody else's fault. Lies that, America's so racist you don't have to mainstream. And I believe those lies, and I got very reckless in my living patterns as a result. I didn't even set any kind of goals for my life. I just got involved in criminal activity and drug activity and sexual activity and whatever anybody asked me to do, because why bother? All these lies are telling me that no matter what I did, I wasn't going to be successful in my life. There was no hope whatsoever, no dignity in this stuff. And so I ended up on welfare, in and out 7 years, little dark hole, in and out of abortion clinic after clinic. And then God found me and he saved me. And I found out that those were lies. So I want to expose those lies.
How were you exposed to the gospel? How did that happen?
Oh, it was interesting. I actually was looking to subsidize my welfare check because Uncle Sam is cruel to the poor. Anyone that thinks that this is a good model for a free society needs to look at what we're really doing
Now,
to poor
I remember
people.
you saying you lived so well that what was the use of finding a job? You could not duplicate your money.
It's crazy. It's what we've done is really just crazy. Anyway, but I was looking to subsidize my welfare check and ran into some Christian people who just said, we don't pay like that, your lifestyle is unacceptable. I ended up going to church with them and I heard the gospel. I heard that God is in Christ. He reconciled us to himself. He wasn't mad at us, that he wasn't counting our sin against us, that he loved us. And I just thought, wow, this is really cool.
He didn't check your skin?
Nope, didn't do that either. In fact, I found out that he actually made my skin so that I would have something to contribute to his beautiful flowers.
Yes.
So I've just, I embraced it and I started growing in it. And then one day, after the 92 Los Angeles riots destroyed my business, I just started speaking out against the darkness and into the culture. And that's what propelled me now to this national platform to where I run Cure.
Now, you're on a lot of boards. In fact, NRB, right?
Yes, I don't do a lot of boards. In fact, this whole board thing, I have to add, so what does that mean?
Yeah,
I know. I'm an activist,
because you're very busy.
Yeah, you want me to sit in a room now and do what? Okay, so, but yes, it was just amazing that Dick Bott, Bott Radio, nominated me for their board.
Now, that's a huge radio.
As a write-in candidate. They said never in the 75-year history of NRB has a write-in candidate won the nomination, and now I'm elected to the board of NRB. Can you believe that's like for you? You guys sure?
Yes, I can believe it. Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how that relationship is going to grow together, because the president of NRB, Jerry Johnson, and our friends anyway, because they also war in Washington. NRB speaks into the culture on behalf of Christian communities in broadcasting. So they're constantly fighting these new regulations and laws that are trying to run the Christian community out of business, frankly, so that you don't preach the gospel. So our lives connect on a lot of areas, religious liberty areas, and many of the things that they're trying to do in Washington, D.C., we're on the same side. So it's a fit for me to be on the NRB board.
When you walk in a room, a crowded room, you've got to once in a while get a lot of booze.
Yeah, but actually, it's interesting you would ask that. Not just booze. This culture war has so escalated that I have to have security guard now when I go to any college campuses. I've been on over 225 campuses in this country. I've been on everything from Princeton to Stanford to you name this.
What do you speak about on the campus?
Mostly breaking the cycle of poverty and why it's important that we dismantle the welfare state and we get rid of abortion. It feeds this narrative that people are victims and have no control over their sexual impulses. So now marriage has collapsed, our society's collapsing as a result of expanding big government and costing us a fortune. So it's now the economic costs, the emotional costs are now costing us our very freedom. So that's what I talk about.
I can see why you would need security.
Yeah, I need security. But interestingly, it's escalated even more so than that since I met you guys. I actually compared during the Charlottesville debate. They were intensifying the debate, pulled down the Confederate flag. And I said, it's interesting. The same people want to pull down the Confederate flag are the ones hoisting these rainbow flags. And they mean the same thing. They're both symbols of intimidation. One says no blacks, one says no Christians. And I'm telling you, I heard from every rainbow flag lover in this country. They shut my office down for 3 years. The threats were so incredible that I had to go to a security expert. And the security expert suggested I move out of my personal home. That's how intense this is.
Goodness.
So I
just read on the news this morning that,
my home, so I'm glad about that.
we're in another civil war, actually.
It is
really
getting to where, and I, first it was like, well, and then no, this is really bad. And they had Steve Scalise, who's a friend, he's a congressman that some know, in leadership in the Republican Party, had gotten shot on an open baseball field in Washington. So our lives, all of our lives in D.C. have changed as a result of this. It's very, very intense. And so this was a few months later. So I had to take it very seriously, the threats that were coming in against me, especially as a single woman. I roll alone. I travel 250,000 miles a year. I'm in and out of all different arenas. But my personal home, I do go there for rest. In California, I kept my home. I hadn't rented it, but it's on the internet. So they were like, you can't go there anymore. I'm like, what do you mean I can't go to my home anymore? My garden is there. My grandbaby wants to pick her little strawberries. And I had to move.
Now think about if this was flipped, and conservatives were doing that with the mainstream media, there would be a explosion.
And I'm not the first. No, they do this. This is a part of the tactics of the left now. Is to intimidate you in your personal life, to intimidate you in your privacy, to where you will be afraid, and then you won't act anymore. And it's really a message for others. They're not looking at me. They're figuring that, well, if we can quiet her, we'll quiet everybody else. This is not a new strategy of the left, you know. The left, when they were the enslavers, you know, the Democrat Party was behind slavery, and they were very aggressive.
We don't hear that, do we?
They invented it.
So when their strategy hasn't changed, what they would do when a slave ran away, they would bring him back, then they would make all the other slaves come out and watch them strip his skin off the back so that no one else would run away. So that's why they're so aggressive against people when you speak just truth. I have many friends now who had to change their identities. They've had to move their homes. So it's gotten pretty bad. But all of that said, I'm very excited about what God's doing because he has extended such mercy on our country to send new people to Washington, D.C. that are going through all of these laws and changing them. Who would have thought that in this little bit of time now, Jerusalem is the capital? Jerusalem is the capital.
Hello.
And we're moving the embassy. I was so excited the other day that they're moving it.
And he actually kept his word. How many presidents promised during the campaign?
That's right. Well, you know what's interesting, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because he's also keeping his word on fixing the inner cities. Remember, he said, what do you have to lose? We're going to fix the inner cities. Yeah. He said, what do you have to lose? Well, blacks didn't vote for him overwhelmingly. He did get a little bump, though. He got 8 points, which is 1.4 million African Americans went out for the level for Donald Trump. But it wasn't a majority. And the narrative now, they hate his guts, and everywhere the left has come unglued about him, including the black
left. And the unemployment among the blacks
went down, and they
ever.
don't want to hear it. But here's what he did. He said, you know what? We're still going to fix it. I don't care that you don't like me. Yeah. So we have been, I'm actually on a task force with the White House with ideas. My colleague is on a task force sharing ideas on how we're going to build out a program and plan to fix these inner cities. They're going to be market-based ideas. They're going to start dismantling the welfare state, give an alternative. In fact, one of the things that is a little known secret that got into the tax bill is Senator Tim Scott was able to get into that last tax bill what he's calling opportunity zones. It's an opportunity zone act to where now every governor in the country can pick the lowest zip code, the most intense zip code, the most distressed, weakest little link where the most lost sheep are, put them on a list for the White House to go directly into because here's how. If you sell property there or you sell anything that, you know, and have a capital gain, if you want to put that capital gain into those opportunity zones, you don't have to pay a capital gain to the tax.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible? It's in the tax bill. It is law right now. Governors are picking these zones right now, and over the next 6 months, we're going to be coming up with, you know, the rules to figure out how to make it a real reality for our hardest hit communities where there's such blight. They need an economic base in these poor communities so that there will be jobs produced in their own community.
Absolutely.
And this president signed into law an opportunity for us to get that done.
Isn't it amazing?
Isn't that incredible?
Isn't it amazing? It seems like we have a one-party system because the Democrats have taken a vacation.
Oh, let them stay on vacation. We don't need them anymore. No, and in fact, this election year, we're going to make sure we don't need them for anything. We have 8 states that have viable opportunity to take out blue senators because that blue senator is sitting in a state that Trump won. So there's a lot of attention this summer going to make sure that those extra 8 people we need to get that 60 vote are a reality. We only have this one opportunity. The left has controlled this country for the last 50 years, and look where we are. We have to have a new start.
In fact, they just voted California as the worst place in the United States to live.
I know. Well, I don't know. I live in California.
Well, that's what they had, right? It was
I'm actually moving. After the tax bill passed and we lost SALT, you know, we lost on SALT meeting, now we have to pay the state the taxes. I'm moving. I called my cousin and said, can you drive my car to South Carolina? Because where your car is registered is where your residency is. So I will no longer be a California resident after this year.
Why is there such a hate-based atmosphere? Because obviously President Trump is working like a beaver to get things passed, while they're over here calling him names, impeach him, get him out.
It's just noise.
Anything
I'm doing my new book this year, Necessary Noise. The noise is necessary because there is a worldview debate right now. We are in a cultural war. We are going to be biblical and free, or we're going to be secular and status. Now, we have gone secular and status for a long time, just big government, that answer to everything, and very secular. And anywhere you have really big government, you have atheism. So that's why they're attacking the church. All the laws have been attacking the church. I mean, come on, who would have thought 10 years ago that homosexuals would be married? And now we're having a whole debate about religious liberty and whether somebody has a right to be a Christian in this whole country. No, God extended mercy and he's using somebody that just has just enough tweet ability to
I like it. Tweet
to
ability.
say,
To reach millions.
I'm going to go ahead and just do what I said I'm going to do, which is readjust this country, and it is mercy.
That's a new philosophy, isn't it? Keeping your word?
It's brand new in Washington, that's for sure. It's been a long time that we've had somebody that had this type of clarity to say, you know, we're in trouble, and there's no real reason to be in trouble. At CURE, we want to protect Christianity, capitalism, and the Constitution, and we actually have a president that agrees with all three of those things that we've been trying to work on for the last 20 years.
Your website is going to be on our screen while we're
Oh,
talking.
Urban Cure. Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so we're going to have all the information so
that's
they can
awesome.
forward back to you.
Oh, that's good.
And get as much information on your website as they possibly
That
can.
would be wonderful.
Because you're available for speaking engagements?
I'm available for speaking.
I don't know how
and
you
we're a
cover it all.
nonprofit too. Well, it's organized. It doesn't seem like it is because it's everywhere, but it's actually, my speaking is all 3 C's too: colleges, churches, and crisis pregnancy centers. So and they run seasonally. So there comes the summer, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I look back and see, where have I been? But for a while, it is very intense. Yes.
Washington is in a bubble, and they think that all of America is inside of their bubble.
That's right. Yeah.
It is
That's right.
amazing
Yeah.
that when Pelosi just recently with the tax break, when people were getting $1,000 back, she's saying they're crumbs.
I know.
Where she lives in a $40 million home and does pretty well personally.
Right. Well, Washington is that bubble. In fact, sometimes when I'm stuck in that god-awful place on the weekend, I'll just walk past the museum, because the museum is one of the newer museums in Washington. And so they put the front page of various papers from across the country, the heartland of America. They put the front page out there, so you can walk by and see that no one's thinking about what we think is so important here in Washington. And in fact, I passed by one time, I was so depressed because it was just like all eyes were on whatever that piece of bill was then, and what the world was going to crumble if we didn't get it done. And it was one of the papers, I think it was Idaho or somewhere, and they had pigs on the front of their page because some pigs had gotten loose and they had to go find them. This was interesting. And where we're sitting here thinking the world is going to fall apart over this one little piece of bill, they're thinking about pigs that are running through the streets and they got to shut down their traffic. So,
well, you know,
so we're going to fix all that, though. You're right. It is exactly what Tip O'Neill said it was. Politics was like professional wrestling. The conflict was for the crowd, because at the end of the day, they were in business and they were in the same business. Well, the Tea Party came to town about 10 years ago and changed that. And now they helped, with the Christian community, elect a president who is committed to changing all of that. Washington is a new place today. Washington is a place where people understand that if I am not about freedom, and I'm not about for the people, by the people, with the people, then I might lose my job because that guy has a Twitter account. And that's what we've needed for a long time. If you really want to be very inspired and hopeful, then go read his inauguration again. If you read his inauguration, you're going to find out exactly what this president wants to do and is committed to do. And he said he's going to make America strong again. He's going to make America safe again. He's going to make America proud again. He's going to make America great again. And he's really committed to it.
He's actually
so you don't care about
it.
the Twitter then? You're not one of these people that just hate him on the Twitter?
I'm mad at him, because while he's over there tweeting, we're over here with Nikki Haley now running our interests at the UN. We're over here with David Friedman running our interests as the ambassador to Israel. We're over here with an amazing new gentleman, Azar. I haven't gotten to know him, over at HHS, which is where all of our welfare and abortion policies are. We've got Betsy DeVos at the Department of Education. We've got Ben Carson at HUD. Oh no, go ahead, tweet, darling, because when we have these folks over here, we can actually start getting rid of all the rules and regulations so that people can live free again.
Absolutely.
And in particular, those that are the weakest amongst us. I'm really after that little.
And it wasn't, you know, you're talking about the pigs and everything. It was Mill America that came out in this last election too. You know, some of the other ones, but mainly those people, those farmers and.
You're right, Sharron. With the people who got up and go to church on Sunday morning.
That's right.
They wake their children up and send them to school on Monday morning. They then go to work on Monday morning. They then look at the end of the week and say, how come my check is half of what I just worked for, and half the country doesn't even believe in our founding principles anymore, and are making it clear that they don't believe in our founding principles?
A bunch of deplorables.
Call it, hey, she called the election. I know, even on this whole Russia stuff, Kellyanne Conway had it best when she said, Well, the Russians didn't tell her not to go to Wisconsin.
That's pretty good.
That's right.
Those deplorables said.
Check that off my schedule.
You know, there's a new book out. David Brody has a new book out on the faith of the president because the Christian community is having trouble themselves adjusting to.
He's got New York language.
Yes, or
Street language.
Just think Pharaoh. You can think about Pharaoh. Pharaoh, I'm sure he did not fire Potipus. I'm sure Potipus did not divorce his wife, and yet Joseph was able to go into that administration and get a lot done for his people and keep his integrity. Because remember, he named his children Hebrew names, even though his wife was given to him from that particular world. So I'm not really upset about this, but what David Brody was saying in his particular book about the faith of the president is that we can be confident in this president that he's a man of his word. And what the interviewer said, well, you know, you evangelicals always wanted a Christian president. And he said, yeah, and we had a couple of them. And he said, Jimmy Carter, and had that work out for us. Yeah. George W. Bush, and had that work out for us. So don't get on us for Donald Trump. We need the issues done. We need the policy change. Change laws and change lives.
When I voted, I didn't vote for a pastor.
That's what a lot of people are saying, you know, and you do want people of integrity because you don't want all things to go, especially those of us that are raising grandchildren, you know, have grandchildren listening to some of this discussion. But what we do want is a public square to where we can be free, and that's is not what we've had over the last 50 years. So now we have somebody in Washington that is wondering, how in the world did we get to the place where you couldn't even say Merry Christmas?
I know.
And so he's asking the right questions. There are many, many influential Christian God-fearing men around him that are helping him shape his faith, so we might even hear better language over time. None of us cleaned up overnight. When I think about even my own journey through Christianity, it was 3.5 years later that I actually left welfare because I had so much other stuff God needed to clean up in my life, you know, once I got born again. So I'm not going to question his sincerity in what many are saying, that he's a Christian. I'm just going to question what is it that he's doing. And I'm telling you, what this president is doing right now for the body of Christ is great. Not just for us, but also for Israel, which means for the world.
So why is it so important?
Immigration is a running debate.
Yeah. Why is it so important, Star, to get off of welfare, like you said, to get off of welfare? Because you keep saying it. Why was it important?
Well, I think it boils down to what that pastor said the day that I decided I was leaving. He said, the government is not your source. God is. And God said he'll supply all of your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. It doesn't get any better than that. You can't redistribute that much. And look at what happened just with me believing that. I was able to get a college degree. I just changed my mind. So now I've got a college degree. I was able to then work enough to start a business, start that business. That business was destroyed. I transitioned from that into radio, transitioned from that into running an organization today. CURE is one of the largest policy institutes that focuses on the Black community in the country. In fact, we are the largest. We are the leading organization that looks at culture, race, and poverty from a Judeo-Christian conservative perspective. So if God can do that for me, this is one of those amazing grace stories that, my gosh, if he could save a wretched man like John Newton, if he can save a Star Parker, then surely he can save those that just need a little bit of help because they may have made a mistake and ended up with a child that they weren't married to the father. No, the welfare, that one-size-fits-all philosophy is not consistent with anything. Not the founding. It's not even consistent with shopping. You know, one-size-fits-all doesn't fit anybody.
It doesn't.
Come on. We don't shop like that. So why would we want a charity program like that? You know, the scripture is clear. Some need compassion. Others need thrust out. How are we going to do that from Washington? No, this is very personal, very local. Charity is very personal, very local. So yes, we want the government out of the charity business.
Right.
You think we're going to have a wall?
They're putting walls in many of the places. It's not an issue that we follow real closely. I think that there are some complications in some places because there's just no wallability there. But I think what we are going to have is serious immigration policies that say if you are going to be an American, then you are going to be an American. Multiculturalism, diversity, and all this welfare expansion has to go. The least these dreamers can be while they're on the hot seat to figure out what we can do is be grateful. My goodness, that attitude, it's kind of like your kid who's demanding something from you. You got a D on your test, but you're going to demand that we buy you a car? Seriously? Come on, change of attitude might help the Congress come up with something that's viable and that has some grace in it. But this debate right now, so politicized, intense, I wouldn't be surprised if some just say, finally, just round them up and kick them out of the country. So I think they should be watchful, because what the American people are saying through all of the polls is, look, just secure us, and then we'll talk about these dreamers and DACA, and if you were brought here illegal with your parents. But with you having these attitudes and protesting and forcing us to make decisions that we don't want to make, we might have to send you to your room for a little while, because your parents did break the law.
Yeah,
that's gotten a little lost in the debate.
Martin Luther King, would he be appalled at what's going on in the Black community today?
I think that Martin Luther King would be very concerned, because what happened to his movement, and this is the 50th anniversary year of his death, his movement was a movement about repentance and revival. What we have today is a movement of revenge and redistribution.
Yes.
I am just not sure that he would have been a man who was focusing on revenge and redistribution.
And
redistribution
resist.
is not, that's what they're calling themselves
Yeah,
now, resist movement. He wanted freedom. And what's really fascinating about his I Have a Dream speech, if you read it through, you'll see that when he knew this is coming to an end, guys, he didn't say politicize it. He said go back to Mississippi. He said go back to, yes, if you look at it, he listed about 5 words. Go home is what he said. It's over, we've done it. Now go and build. That's what he said. He didn't say, oh, now that I'm dead, come politicize it and turn up the welfare state, and 5 years after my death have abortion as national law, to where now you're killing off 1 million children a year. He didn't ask for that. He asked them to go back and build. We won the civil rights movement. It was a movement of desegregation, and the law changed in the Civil Rights Act. It was a time for the Black community to say, now let's go live free. That we're an American people now. We have all of our protections in that 14th Amendment. We don't need any more laws. And yet they went and politicized the whole thing, and now blacks are first in everything ill about this country. So there's a revival occurring, especially through our work at CURE. We have found 800 and something center-right pastors, and we're looking for all 4,000 who say that they haven't bowed to the Baal, so that we can get them educated, organized, activated in their communities, and we're working on changing the law.
Are we headed for Donald Trump presidency #2?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've been telling people, look, guys, we didn't get here yesterday. We're not getting out overnight. Let's calm it down a little bit. We have 15 years to reverse 50 years.
Yes.
15 years. We've got 7 more with Donald Trump. We have 8 years with Mike Pence. Let's just calm it down. If you have to run a long marathon, you're not speeding out and hoping and then get mad because, you puffed out after the first round on the track. No, let's calm it on down. We have a little bit of time here. We got to get in. We got to look at everything. I mean, have you seen what the welfare state looks like alone? Oh my goodness, it's a quarter of the budget. We spend $900 billion a year on anti-poverty programs alone. So this, you can't dismantle overnight.
That's right.
But 7 out of $10 that comes into Washington, 7 out of $10 that comes into Washington goes out immediately to a person through a program. So we have to be sent, this is surgery. 7 out of $10 goes immediately out to a person through a program. So we have to transition ourselves out of this, and it's going to take some time.
Thank you for being the soldier in the Army.
I'm loving
and
it.
You're taking the blows.
Oh, but soldier for
You're
freedom.
precious.
But I'm loving every moment of it, and I love being on with you guys every time.
Watch Star Parker on all the networks. God bless. Bye-bye.